We are Escobedo on the road.
I'm Chelle.
And I'm Griselda. This is Binks, and we have another older doggy in there and a cat also.
So this we call our studio on wheels because it has everything you need. We're actually standing in our living room and our bathroom at the same time. Underneath this bench that the cat thinks is for her is our 4-foot galvanized tub and shower. So that goes up there, and then we shower, and then we have our hidden toilet over here underneath this bench, and then some more storage. We use the bagging system on the toilet, so we just have a bucket and we use a composting bag, and then we usually double bag it with another garbage bag, just in case, because that is not one mess you want to have a leak in. So we will double bag that, and we use cedar as our filler and water absorber. We'll probably add something later as well, or if we can't find that, we use like a kitty litter. So I prefer to run up to a Planet Fitness every day to use a shower, but when we're boondocking, we love the option to be able to set up a shower, and it takes like not even 2 minutes to set up. It pops right up, and we try to do a quick, easy shower. We just kind of turn it on, wash. I would say we probably use 5, maybe 3 gallons of water for each shower. So we love to have our friends over. We actually renovated our entire bus after a tiny house event because we were so jealous that other people could fit more than 2 people or 4 people into a bus. We've actually had a dozen people in here very comfortably, some sitting on here, some sitting in the front seat, some sitting on a stool, and we usually sit on our bed. And we use it at events, and when we meet people on the road, we just love to be able to have our friends and family in here to beat the heat because we have air conditioner, or beat the cold when it's super cold. So yeah, and then I actually sit on this seat when we are driving. Well, she's driving and I'm riding, and then me and the cat usually share that. So it is a pain in the butt to reconstruct and deconstruct our shower if we have to do it on a daily basis. So we do plan on actually completely renovating the bus again and doing a standing shower, and we'll just have a whole new view of this next bus, because instead of buying a new bus, we're like, why don't we just renovate this one? So we have tried 100 different ways, it feels like, for hanging our curtains and stuff. So we ended up going with the copper pipes with the bells. So we really like that. And then we have LED strips underneath here, and then we have LED strips up here. And then our bus is not magnetic except for on these bars, so we collect magnets on our travels. So I actually lived in a bus prior to meeting Griselda. I was living in it stationary with my son and loved it. And actually on our first date, I was like, how do you feel about living in a bus? And she was like, we'll see. So it took a little convincing for her to get on board. We actually moved in to her rental house that she had just gotten and moved my other bus to the backyard. And it just kind of sat there, and I was sad and sold it. And then I was like, I need another bus. I don't care if I sleep in the backyard. I need that to my soul. So we went hunting and found this bus, and she fell in love with it. So that was step 1 of getting her in a bus. And I was like, fine, if that's the one you want to do it, let's grab it. And it did come. Our bus came with a 30 amp power box, the air conditioner, all the seats were out except for one, and it had flooring down when we first got it. So it was pristine clean. It was gonna be a food truck selling grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yep.
So we drove off with it and broke down the first corner we made.
Yep, sure did. The transition was scary, I'm not gonna lie. But I did have needs. Like, I didn't want to just throw a mattress in here and a bucket, although that's kind of what happened. But I was grateful that we had an air conditioner, because that was my biggest thing. We did live in Georgia, and it was in the summer when we got it. So, knowing that we had air conditioning for everybody, not just the animals, was great. My wife here thought that a max air fan was going to be, plenty, but then she realized that it's not in Florida in the summer or Georgia. So But you get used to it. It's awesome, waking up in a different state, every other day. Sometimes we've been to California and back. I've seen my mother and my grandmother twice already, and I hadn't seen them in years. So, I mean, it's been great.
All right, we are now in our kitchen area, which we love. We've actually added from our first build another countertop. So we have our refrigerator. Probably the thing we would change about that is having it either off the floor or a bigger one. Such a pain to try to like get on the floor to get in there. Or I would love one of those cooler ones. Maybe one day we'll get those. We mainly cook with our air fryer. I love it. I can roast all the vegetables. I can bake in it, dehydrate, cook anything in there. That's probably my number one thing. And then our counters, we try to keep them clear with our just food that we know we're going to eat every day. This was actually given to us by Susie, and we love that because it hides some stuff. Griselda built these shelves. I wanted a very open concept, and so she made that happen. I was nervous about the upper shelves looking claustrophobic, but I love it because I can see everything and grab it when I need it and reach it. We are kind of bougie. We have the air fryer, the Keurig, the microwave, and we have a skillet. So we do fancy plus people. We love our sink we got from IKEA, $30. And then we have our little thing that was going to be an outdoor shower at one time, but we don't use it for that anymore. Underneath here, we have our propane tank, our tankless, ventless water heater, and our water pump. And then we have our little pantry here, silverware here, more dishes here and here. And then we have our diesel heater here, which has been the most amazing addition in the winter.
All right, so welcome to our bedroom. We have a queen size bed, and we have I believe it's a 32-inch TV that we turn on whenever we have Wi-Fi. We also have lots of storage under the bed. We have clothes and more clothes. Our water tank is under the bed. We also have our batteries, inverter, and power box under the bed. All right, so we have we have 3 lithium 100 amp hour batteries. So that's 300 amp hours. We have a 3,000 watt inverter and a transfer switch with a 30 amp cord that we sometimes need to plug into. So we have 600 watts of solar on top that powers all of our electronics get powered on a good sunny day. We have, like our Keurig, microwave, everything is powered through our solar. So sometimes when we are not level, we have to actually switch sides. Sometimes we usually like to sleep on this side. This is where our pillows are, so our heads are over here. But when we're slanted, we can't because get a headache afterwards, waking up with a slanted. So we just move our heads over there, and we're short, so we can actually just, flip and flop whichever way works for us. We have storage all along there. I would suggest not building your area for your bedroom to the size of your mattress because you can't make your bed. There is no way that you can put a fitted sheet on a mattress on here. I mean, we do it, but it's an actual workout for sure. We also have stained glass on both of our windows in the back. It works really well. That window has a screen, so we're able to bring that down whenever it's nice and cool outside. We also have access to our back deck through that door. We just have to climb over the bed and get out from there. Whenever it's really hot in Florida or whenever we're in the desert, we do have to run our air conditioner for the dogs because they're old. And so we have a Dometic RV AC. We do have to run our generator to run our AC. Our solar, unfortunately, does not run that. We do need to build a bigger battery bank for that and more solar. So our next project, I think, will be to have enough solar to run probably a mini split of something of that sort, so that we don't have to run our generator.
So currently on the road, we to make money, we do several different things. I have several online businesses that I can run from Facebook and Instagram, but mostly probably our biggest income is work camping. We get to choose the city or the state that we want to kind of visit for the season, and we've done a job in Colorado at the Jellystone for a few months, and that was really fun. We did housekeeping and customer service and groundskeeping, and then we did a really quick gig in Florida for 6 weeks and for the winter, and then in the next summer we're supposed to go to Maine to a KOA in Bar Harbor. So we just find jobs, we want to find places we want to visit, and then we were like, hey, what do they have available? And we have a couple sites that we kind of bounce off from and say, you know, which one, and we look at all the pros and cons of them. You know, we do need a full paid site, our full paid program, and we get a free site or a discounted site, and then we get discounts while we're there. So we just, you know, whatever our needs are. We also do like house sitting, dog sitting, help friends out with their builds, or we have friends have tiny houses, so we've helped them build them. So we just do kind of temp work, whatever we need to do to wherever we are. We DoorDash as well in the bus. So we love our deck. We actually had a little hitch on here and it started going haywire on a trip. And so we were trying to make the decision whether we wanted to add another cargo hitch or get a deck. Deck one, obviously. We were blessed with Dusty Souls Bus. Actually, Adam of Dusty Souls Bus actually built this deck. I take no credit except for like begging that we could have it. We went to the junkyard and got this really cool frame that was the exact dimensions, like talk about the universe, that we wanted to build our deck. So we did that, spray painted it black, and then we got some C channels from the steel place for super cheap. The most expensive thing on the deck was the wood, but it was worth it. And then they just attached the bumper to it, and it's bolted together, not welded. And then we rearranged where our hitch is, and then we have this awesome step that came with the bus with the hitch. So we kept that, and we love that we can just hop up here, sit here with our friends. We've had dinner on the deck, and just like everybody got their chairs around. And then we also have our tools, so we are ready to build, rebuild, help a friend out. Our table, we usually have our chairs here, and then our generator and our gas cans. So we just really love access to it because it's super helpful in all the ways possible. And it makes our bus about 26 foot from nose to bumper now. I do suggest anytime you're thinking about going tiny to throw a mattress in a bucket in it and live in it as simply as possible, as long as you can possibly stand it, because I don't care how bougie fancy you are, I don't care how much solar you have, I don't care how much water you carry with you, at some point you're gonna have a loss of power, you're gonna have a loss of water, you're gonna be broke down on the side of the road. And if you can't live in it simply, then this life might not be for you. But do it, because you never know what you can do until you actually do it.
Yeah, so if you're scared to jump into this, or if you think you don't have any skills, there's also a YouTube University that will teach you everything. That's how I did it. Basically, I just watched tons and tons of videos, and you see all these things that all these people are doing, and it just, it's amazing. So just if you have the itch for it, then just do it.
Our Instagram and our TikTok, all of our social media is under Escobedo on the Road, and some of my side businesses that I've been doing for 7 years is pamperingtigress.com. It's perfectly posh, it's natural-based pampering line made in the USA, and I always have free samples with me, so please come by if you ever see me and grab some. I have tons that I need to give away, and if you love it, go on our site and get some, and you'll help us with some gas money. Or a beer, or we also have a blog that I'm working on, and Patreon, and YouTube. So anything you guys can do to like, support, subscribe, and share, please do. We appreciate it. thanks so much for visiting our home. And if you see us down the road, please don't hesitate to say hi, send us a message, and we would always love to have a beer or coffee and a meal. So we love to meet other people who are loving the life or interested in the life.
Yep, that we do.